Hey, hey, hey! It's the Pacific Northwest Geeko Echo Prime here. Tell all one. And I'm sure this guy right here is a big clue, a big hint as to what movie I will be talking about. Unfortunately, even though he is in the movie, this specific figure is from a different line that has, not connected to the movies, other than this character appears in it. Of course, I'm going to be talking about the 1986 theatrical animated movie Transformers, featuring a regular cast from the show. We have Frank Welker back as Megatron, and Peter Collins has Optimus Prime. This time they are joined by Robert Stack has Ultra Magnus. Judd Nelson has Hot Rod / Rodimus Prime. The Hot Wheel guy has Blur. And the Orson Welles has Unicron. Now this takes place between season 2 and season 3. And it's probably about 15, 20 years after the events of season 2. During this time, the Decepticons have taken Cybertron. It's theirs now. The Autobots have Autobot City on Earth and the Cybertronian moons. However, deep in space, a new threat has emerged. The Devourer himself, Unicron, voiced by Orson Welles. Now, at the beginning of the movie, we find that the Decepticons are spying on the Autobots who are trying to work on a plan to get to liberate Cybertron. However, the Decepticons, because of spying on them, they're able to attack the Autobot shuttle, killing multiple Autobots. Ratchet, I believe Prowl's in there, and Ironhide, who at first it looks like he's dead, until has Starscream tell him, this is too easy, much easier than attacking the real threat, the moons. And Megatron's like, oh, you're a fool. We want Autobot City. We find out that Ironhide's still alive, and when he tries to tell him, no, he's like, no. Megatron looks at him, points his cannon at him, and goes, such heroic nonsense. Ironhide, R.I.P., big guy. Meanwhile on Earth, we are introduced to Hot Rod, this new young character who he's hanging out with Daniel, the son of Spike from the original show, who when they spot the shuttle, they're going to go check it out. However, while he's checking it out, they discover there's a hole in it and that there are Decepticons on board, and Hot Rod attacks, and the Decepticons attack him back. And that subsequently leads to Cup having to save them when Blitzring maybe? I could be wrong. Tries to take him out. And they have to make it to Autobot City, where we're introduced to Ultra Magnus voiced by Robert Stack. R.C. Springer, and Blur. So they need to, they're under attack. The Decepticons are full on attack. They need to do something. They need to send a message to the moon, to Prime, so they can save the day. And they need to transform Autobot City so they can help, in the fight. Starscream tries to stop him and almost gets crushed. Has to shoot his own foot. As seen after he shoots his foot, he's shooting up in the air. Ah, my foot! Eventually, it looks bad for them. The defenses are breached. Devastator is formed. Oh my god, it's gonna be over! But Luck shows up. Prime shows up to save the day. He kicks some Decepticon's ass and goes to face Megatron. They're gonna finally have it out. They're gonna have to fight they never had in the show. And they are beating the shit out of each other. But Hot Rod gets involved, allowing Megatron to get a fatal shot on Prime. Prime's able to get a blow on Megatron, but his wounds are too fatal. Starscream tries to abandon Megatron, but Megatron gets Soundwave to help him. And as they take off, the Autobots attending to the wounded and the deceased. In Autobot City, Prime goes on to die. Before he dies, he passes the Matrix of Leadership to Ultra Magnus. However, he drops it and Hot Rod catches it and it reacts to Hot Rod's touch, giving us a hint that Hot Rod is the new Chosen One. Meanwhile, Unicron's watching all this and he sees the Matrix and he hears his voice for the first time. No! He don't like what he sees. Meanwhile, Starscream, because Astro Train says he's got too much weight, they need to get rid of some of the weight. They're throwing all the wounded out, including Megatron. They end up having a battle who's going to be the new leader. Megatron's floating through space, where he's eventually discovered by Unicron. Megatron. Who goes there? I am Unicron, and I have summoned you. Nobody summons me. Then it pleases me to be the first. He goes on to make a deal with Megatron. He will give Megatron new soldiers, a new body. All he has to do is destroy the Matrix, because it is the one thing. It is the only thing that can destroy me. Big mistake there that he goes on to regret. But Megatron at first is like, no, I'm not going to do it. I don't belong to anybody. So he gets tortured by Unicron, and he agrees. And he upgrades him, making him into Galvatron, who is now voiced by Leonard Nimoy. It says he's going to destroy it, and he makes his way to Cybertron, where Starscream's having his coronation. But Cyclonus and Galvatron come in, Cyclonus being one of the new characters, and Starscream is upset. Who interrupts my coronation? Coronation, Starscream. Somewhat like a bad comedy. Megatron, is that you? And Galvatron transforms into his form, a space can type deal, and obliterates Starscream. All of Starscream's bullshit, all of his scheming and all his shit from the first 2 seasons, well, it's finally over. Until season 3 when his ghost comes back. Unicron attacks the 2 moon bases, almost killing Jazz. Not Jazz. What's Jazz? Yeah, I think it's Jazz, Cliffjumper, Bumblebee, and Spike. They send a distress signal to Autobot City. Galvatron's not too happy, but he's got to go to Autobot City. Anyways, this is going to probably be a long review, by the way, because I really love this movie. They end up attacking the new Decepticons, and the old ones attack Autobot City, but the Autobots are able to get away. However, one of the shuttles, 2 shuttles they go, lands on Quintesson, the homeworld of the Quintessons, and they go on to become a big role in season 3. And they have to basically Hot Rod, the Dinobots, and Cup have to deal with them. There they meet. Sorry, 1 minute. Let me. Damn heat up. Anyways, they meet this little guy who speaks in rhymes. I forget. Willie. They're able to get free and make their way to the planet of junk, where the other ship has landed. They've also learned about Unicron. And on this planet, the Springer RC, Springer RC, I believe Springer RC, Blur, and Ultra Magnus find the Junkions, Transformers, who these are pretty cool Transformers who all have the same vehicle mode, a motorcycle, and you can easily knock down, hard to keep them down. However, the Decepticons show up, they kill Ultra Magnus, and Galvatron takes the Matrix for himself, because now he's gonna be the master. He's gonna control Unicron. Unicron, they ain't too happy about that. The other Autobots show up, and they're able to make peace with the, you might be hearing my cat snore. They make peace with the Junkions, who are able to resurrect. They're able to save Ultra Magnus. And they make their way to Cybertron, where Galvatron has gone to talk to Unicron. He tries to use the Matrix as he's going to control Unicron, but he can't open it because only an Autobot can open and utilize the Matrix. Unicron's like, you have overestimated yourself. Very well. The time has come to no longer spare your wretched planet. Behold, and he transforms into this giant robot, the biggest ever transformer. Until they, in one of the later shows, they introduced what's his name, Primus, which turns out it's actually Cybertron, and Primus and Unicron. Oh, that's a whole nother kitchen caboodles. Again, just watch this video. It's going to be long, a bit longer than some of my number ones because I really love this. Has Unicron attacked Cybertron? The Decepticons are trying to fight back. They're failing. Galvatron tries to help, only to get ate by Unicron. But the other Transformers show up, and they're able to end up inside of Unicron, where Hot Rod has a confrontation with Galvatron, where Galvatron's going to destroy him, but Hot Rod gets the Matrix, and he uses it. And as he starts to open, he starts to change and transform into Ultra Magnus. And as he's doing this, you hear a voice. Optimus's voice. Arise, Rodimus Prime. Optimus. He goes on to defeat Galvatron, throw him right out of Unicron's ass, and uses the Matrix to defeat Unicron, whose last words are, Destiny, you cannot destroy. Destroy me. And it ends with, you see his head flying, Unicron's head flying around the city, around the planet, and the Junkions and the Transformers all there go talking about, to all one. My dad took me and my brother to see this in the movie theater. I loved it then. It's almost been 40 years since this movie came out, and I love it so much. Let's see if I can find some. Oh, got a little bit of water. It is an awesome movie. A must see for all Transformers fans. And no disrespect to the live action movies. This is better. Although, yes, I have not seen the newest one because I don't think Rise of the Beasts or whatever has come out yet. Definitely an awesome movie. A lot of cool characters. Okay, well, I didn't care for Hot Rod. Hot Rod Ultra Magnus has a leader. He was nowhere near up as Prime. So in towards the end of season 3, I think they resurrected Prime, and he took back the leadership. There was some plans for this. This is probably a big series. They're going to take some of these other animated shows from the 80s. I think Care Bear and the Jetsons, and a lot of these movies didn't do good. But this one did awesome. It's an awesome movie, awesome soundtrack. Unicron was teased in one of the movies. He was teased in one of the movies. Unfortunately, they seem to have gone to a reboot. So no Unicron. There was another movie that was produced. I don't know what year was it. Does it say also 86? Doesn't got a year on it. Yeah, there was another one produced, but see if the disc has the name. Here's the date. Can't tell. This right here was supposed to be theatrical, but because I guess the other movies didn't do good, some of the other animated movies either didn't get made or like this were not released in the theater. I guess this only got a straight to video release. Oh no, it's broken up for the TV thing. Not as good. I mean, I enjoyed this, but this is nowhere as good as this. And I grew up on the Transformers. My favorite toy. Anyways, this is getting longer than I expected it to be. If you were a fan of the Transformers, I would like to know. My favorites were, I liked Galvatron, the Combaticons, and Bruticus, Devastator, and of course, Unicron is my favorite all time because he was just badass. But I would like to hear if you're a fan, what are your favorite Transformers? This is video 5 for 80's week. I hope everyone is enjoying. This is probably going to be the longest, a lot longer than I like. But again, I'm a big fan of this movie. But anyways, I am the Pacific Northwest Geek, Echo Prime. Until all one. Transform and roll out.